Hello, everyone. Once again, it is Morphin Mania time. I am Captain Logan, and here is my illustrious co-host, DJ.
Hey, welcome back, Morphin Maniacs.
Morphin Maniacs. Well, he's Chris, and he said it now, and I'm sure that'll come back. The next episode we're going to tackle is the trouble with Shell Shock, one of the most amusing monsters in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I'm looking forward to it. And then a little bit later in the program, we're also going to tackle Itsy Bitsy Spider. I don't immediately remember much about that one, but I remember Trouble with Shell Shock. So anyway, if you are watching with us live, jump into the rabbit room in the description, and that will allow you to watch the exact feed that we're looking at. If you are watching this after the fact, of course, pull up your Netflix or your DVDs, however you want to watch it. Get a timestamp 0 and get ready to press play when I say now. We're going to jump right into it. Here we go, everybody. If you want to interact with us during the program and you're watching live, because you won't be able to do that later because it'll be pre-recorded, so you'll feel kind of silly asking us questions that we can't immediately respond to. Use the YouTube chat and not the Rabbit chat. So far, I only see Thomas Edgeshill here. Some other folks should get here in a little bit. We had quite a few people earlier for Green with Evil, and we just jumped back in, so sometimes it takes people a little while, but maybe it'll just be me and DJ and Thomas chatting it up about the trouble with Shell Shock. Let's get right into it. Everybody, please press play right now.
Jeffrey's here.
Hi, Jeffrey. How's it going? You are not Captain Logan. You liar.
That's a bold-faced lie.
So the trouble with Shell Shock is, I think, pretty much the same trouble you have with every other monster. It's just, well, it's a monster, and it's gonna attack you. It's not like the trouble with Tribbles. Like, Shell Shock is not gonna eat grain and multiply. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, there's no trouble that's exclusive to him.
Thomas Edgeshill says, 2018 was crazy. I'm so glad it's 2019. It's for all you folks in the future.
Have you watched, I'm going to bring this up. Have you watched that guy's YouTube channel who does the Power Ranger mashups with other movies and television shows?
Only a couple. Are you talking about the intros?
Yeah, the intros.
Yes, I recommended those years ago. I did a video on them. Yeah,
I've been following him for a while. He hasn't done one in a long time. But
they're great.
They're really good, yeah.
They're really creative. I like those a lot.
Perfectly, exactly.
Yeah, they're meticulous. And the things he comes up with to correlate with the series are really cool. He does Star Trek and Star Wars, and yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, did he do Star Trek with Space or Lost Galaxy?
I would say that one was Lost Galaxy.
Okay.
But I forget. It's been a long time.
Either one makes sense, right?
Hi, Mr. Roboto. Everyone's saying hi.
So this is interesting. We get to see Babu and Squat create a...
And I think it's while Rita's sleeping. I think it's like she's taking a nap. And they're like, oh, we're going to... Yeah, she's taking a nap. And like, we're going to go off on our own and make this monster.
What means do they make it by? Do they use the putty machine?
They do, and they just sandwich a bunch of random things together.
Okay. Well, I guess just a turtle and a stoplight.
It's a turtle with... Yeah.
It would have been cool if the monster was just like...
Be so unusual. It's a turtle with a traffic light on its head.
Yeah, it would have been cool if this monster was like just like 8 different things.
So it is 4:40 according to that clock back there. Jalen McKinney, a name I don't recognize. Hi there. It was Star Trek and In Space. So somebody else has watched those as well.
Another fan.
They're pretty popular.
Yeah, they get a lot of views.
A turtle with a traffic light on his head.
He literally just stuffed it in the... It wasn't even made of clay. It was just like a toy from like Thomas. Just
where did they even get that? Yeah, they just raided a Toys R Us? I think this is... Yeah, and then they just give him random weapons. That's great.
It's a real baseball, but like a tiny bat.
They're kind of... Did you see the tiny... what do you call him? Brass knuckles?
That's like... Yeah, I saw those. And the Captain Hook costume.
Yeah. Just way too big. It's super random. They're almost making fun of the Sentai material when they do this. Which is, we have this monster we don't know what to do with. Well, actually, that's not true because this is Sentai footage. What am I talking about? It's like that's how the Sentai did it. It's just these random things we're gonna put together. It's great.
Why is he like super southern?
I don't know, but he looks like
for duty.
He looks like Toka from Ninja Turtles 2, the Toka and Razor. Yeah. Yeah, Thomas, Toys R Us is sort of coming back inside of Kroger stores. I read this today.
Yeah, it's called like Jeffrey's Toy Box.
Jeffrey's Toy Box, which we knew about before, but I was like, you're gonna make a whole like store. That's weird. No, it's called that because it's gonna be inside of other stores.
Okay, that makes a little more sense because that was pretty. I thought that was a pretty like cold thing to do, to fire everybody and then just start it right back up again.
Yeah, it's a little bit lame, but I guess it's kind of cool that you'll have a toy store inside of grocery stores. That you'll have more toys you can buy at a grocery store.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll just be the stores that are called Kroger or if it's other chains that Kroger owns, because they own multiple chains.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, back to Power Rangers.
Do you have Kroger where you are?
No, but I did in Arkansas.
Okay, yeah, we have tons of them here. I worked there like all through my college days.
Tommy, what were you doing with that basketball? Like,
it's showing the shot like 3 times.
Yeah. I don't know if that was supposed to be him doing it a bunch of different times or if it was just that, look how cool this shot is. Show it from different angles.
Why did he just slam dunk?
I think Toka was the turtle and not the wolf, right?
No. Oh, now you got me second guessing.
I'm pretty sure Razor was it a wolf, a snapping turtle in a wolf?
Yeah, he's a wolf. I think you have it right.
Jason Goldman, seriously, who recorded Tommy's history as a ranger to play for the Dino Rangers in Back in Black? Yeah, sure. That's a good question.
It was taken directly from Zordon's brain. Because he sees everything.
Who pulled that before he died? Okay, so spoiler alert, but this hot dog guy is... Wait, am I remembering this right? Is the hot dog guy a potty? I forget.
I don't know. If not, I love that he's just
fight a bunch of putties, so that would be weird, but it comes out of nowhere.
I love it. He's just hanging out there for like these 6 kids that are the only people at the park.
He's not even a truck. It's not even like an ice cream truck where we go to different places. He's just walking around.
Great delivery, Kimberly.
Yeah, good one. Sometimes I just don't buy that Skull's even as dumb as he's being. But I love the circus.
Wow, that's pretty. He just like grabbed her.
Cinematographic is apologizing for being tardy to Morphin Mania.
Yeah, this is very very professional.
You guys need to be...
I'd like you guys to be on time.
Yeah, for this class we're doing on Power Rangers. These episodes that we either haven't seen in a while or will not know at all. Because
that's why we have to have a food cart.
Oh, of course. That's why there's a food cart. Well, that was better than Kimberly's joke. Wow. So now they have to work for the hot dog guy. What is he doing in this park? Is he even allowed to be there? Like, can you get a permit to sell hot dogs at a park?
And why is it so dead?
Yeah, there's no one there. It's a really nice day in the middle of California. You'd think there'd be kids in this park.
Yeah, I can never go to a park without people being everywhere here.
Wow, Jason Goldman, that's fighting words for a lot of Power Rangers fans, man. He says, don't bother with SPD. It's a filler season. A lot of people love SPD.
Oh.
And yeah, I really like what I saw of it.
I do too. I haven't seen all of it, but I do like what I saw.
What little knowledge I have, I don't agree with that right away, but maybe I'll come to that when I watch it. I don't know. Zero doesn't agree. It's Morphin time. Quick, get into the Sentai. Oh no, I can't stop moving. Oh, this is the trouble with Shell Shock.
Oh, she just keeps running.
He makes you go or stop, or does he make you move in slow motion? Is that what the yellow light does? I don't remember.
Does he make you play the piano until your fingers bleed?
David says that food vendors are pretty common where he is in Michigan in the summer. I don't think I've ever seen that in a park, but I don't think I've ever been to a park that was like busy enough where that would make sense. So yeah, maybe I'm just not in the right area for a thing like that. Maybe you see that more on the coast, like in California. I don't know.
See, that's cool that he's got like interchangeable limbs and stuff.
Oh, Mr. Roboto, I forgot that Skull was rich in the future.
You want to answer the super chat?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Roboto. $5 super chat. Cap, will you be doing the Ninja Turtles crossover and show? Well, we'll definitely do the crossover because that's in space, and we're doing all of space.
Yes.
And I actually have done that once before with Dan. We did part of the Ninja Turtle show that Saban did in a series we did. Listen to that. Goldar's old voice is back.
That's the old voice. Yeah, I was gonna say. That's so weird.
So you jump back and forth. It's really strange. Which makes you think maybe they recorded some of this out of order.
Yeah.
I don't know. David Fielding made it sound like he recorded the entire season in like a day and a half. I don't know if that's what happened or not. I forget. But anyway, we did a show called Turtle Torture Time, and we were covering the live action Ninja Turtle show. And I don't know if we'll ever get back to that. But
I remember liking that episode and thinking that the turtles were slightly cooler than they are in their own show. They don't do like the goofy sound effects and stuff.
That's right. And compared to that show, like it makes you realize that there is a standard with Power Rangers compared to some other shows of the ilk.
Yeah, you bring them in and they automatically look a lot cooler.
Yeah. No, that episode is kind of okay. Especially if you just got done watching several episodes of their show.
Yes.
Was it Next Mutation? I couldn't remember the name of it for a minute.
Why would you?
Jason Goldman, seriously, Cap, who asked for Rangers in Cars? He's talking about Turbo. One of the more popular Sentais is a show from the late 70s, I think, called Car Ranger. And like RPM was a car show. Like that's one of the themes they go back to. Okay, that was a place where the line did not really match up as well with Rita.
Yeah, they go back to cars, dinosaurs, and ninjas a lot.
Those were the big ones, yeah. They don't go to fantasy all that often.
Yeah, Mystic Force was like pretty
that was unusual.
Pretty unusual. This is a cool monster. I mean, if you ignore the stoplight on his head.
No, that's the best part. What are you talking about?
He looks just like Toka. It's crazy.
No, it's a good suit. He looks pretty good. I don't know why he's got 2 zeros painted on the back of his shell, but
he's just full of mysteries.
Yeah, he is an enigma.
This is what Toka would have looked like if he showed back up in the third Turtles movie.
Yeah. Yes, it is. But you could have seen Ninja Turtles doing a character like that at that time, where he's just got a big traffic light on his head.
Yeah, especially the 80s.
Jalen McKinney, what is a good theme for a season of Power Rangers? You mean like something we just haven't done yet?
Yeah, you want to talk about that?
I mean, I wish we'd adapted the pirate season as an actual pirate season, because I thought that was a neat idea, and then we didn't do it. I kind of wonder what that Sentai's like. And
yeah,
of course,
really...
Turbo feels like it ought to be a pirate show in the movie, because they're just on a pirate ship for a third of the film.
Well, the villains are pirates too. It's really weird.
Yeah, I know. It's really strange.
Even in the Sentai,
it's like a sea show and it's a pirate show, and they never use their cars for anything except one time to go across water, one of them, and then they use the Megazord. No, it's really strange. But what do you think would be a cool theme that we haven't actually done?
I was trying to think. Like Power Rangers is so burned into my head from when I was a kid that it's hard to associate it's hard to think of things and try to associate them with Power Rangers that I haven't seen.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to do something like what Beetleborgs tried with like sort of a horror theme show.
That's true.
And do like sort of a Ghostbusters type thing. A lot of people thought that's what Go Busters was. It's not really, and we are adapting that one. But after I heard that, I was like, yeah, doing kind of a Power Rangers Ghostbusters thing would be cool.
Yeah, I wish we did more fantasy stuff. I'm kind of more of a fantasy guy than science fiction, but I don't know how you would. I don't know how you would incorporate like medieval stuff in Power Rangers. That would be really weird.
Way to show some initiative, Trini. Boy, this monster does everything. Now he's got like a bazooka in his chest.
That's a cool.
Jason Goldman, I like it. Maybe Power Rangers Medieval Force.
Medieval Force, yes.
That's good. David says a centipede theme. All episodes would be connected. Good one, David. Zero says insects. Thomas says an underwater season. When I was a kid, that's what I always wanted. Like Power Rangers Sequest.
That's true. Have we ever done a spy show?
I don't think so.
That's not really my thing, but that's something.
Mine either.
Cool.
But like, yeah, there's stuff you could do. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Cinematographic. It's a Swiss Army monster house. Look at all the stuff that thing can do. And I don't know if Shell Shock was an action figure or not, but he ought to have been.
Yes, you could add so many pieces.
I think he would go in my top 5 for first season. And I think I did talk about him in my favorites in the rewind.
That's a good idea. I like Jason Goldman doing medieval animals like Griffin Zord. I would take that further and do like mythical creatures like a unicorn, a dragon, a
dragon, yeah,
griffin, like all phoenix would be cool.
It really would, yeah. And then you obviously do an Easter themed episode. You know, you do an Easter episode. That's your big holiday episode that season.
Yeah, and that's where we ring in our idea to the world.
Jalen says Go Busters did have spy elements.
Okay, cool.
So Beast Morphers may kind of have that, and that makes it. When you look at those suits, they look like they might be sort of spy themed.
Sunglasses. What do you think about those suits? They're very.
I'm sorry, you cut out on me for a minute, DJ. I think those suits are pretty cool looking. They're unlike anything we've ever had before.
Yeah, they're very unique. I can't think of anything that looks like them. I'm
excited about it. You know what? You know what we should do? We should do a noir season, a noir type season where they're like they're private investigators. You're like all the stuff Bulk and Skull does that we didn't do with Power Rangers. No, I say all the stuff. I mean, we've done a police show or sort of a police show, but yeah, SBD's sort of a police show.
You could do like a cool steampunk season with like industrial tech.
Yeah. I was gonna say if you did a noir show, it should be like sort of in black and white.
Yeah, like desaturated a little bit, with a little bit of color.
Awesome. David says Power Rangers versus Transformers. I mean, I think you're gonna get that now that Hasbro has the license. I mean, I think you very likely could. And surely at some point IDW and Boom gets together and does that. Yeah, and Western Rangers, and we did that in Mighty Morphin. We'll get to that. That could have been a whole show. Sure. We spent all of Shell Shock just talking about other shows we could have made.
That'll be our first identical ancestor for the count.
Yes,
the White Stranger.
But they took initiative. I don't know what you want from them, Rita.
Yeah, they did great. That was like such a good monster.
It's a really good monster. You've done way worse. And I think that's a cool episode to do right after Green Ranger, where you know it's not going to be another big epic right away. You know it's going to be probably filler, probably throwaway. But right after Green Ranger, we do one of the most unique monsters we've had so far.
Yeah.
It is throwaway, but it's not such a standard, boring, you know, who cares episode. Like, I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
Ding ding. That's not how basketball works. That's boxing. You say ding ding before boxing. He just watched Rocky 3 right before this basketball game.
Don't watch Rocky 3. Watch 1 and 2.
Look, we listened, or was it the end of Rocky 2 when they have the fight where you don't know who wins at the end? That's Rocky 2, right?
I think Rocky wins at the end.
No. I mean,
yeah,
I'm talking about I'm talking about the fight they have in a back room.
Yeah, the rematch where they go. Oh!
Yeah,
Yeah, that's 3.
You don't find out who wins until Creed, and then yes, of course, it's who it should be.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what I always thought.
Or if he actually won, or if he's just telling his son that.
Zero, yeah, we're gonna watch every episode of Mighty Morphin, so we will be watching the Masked Rider 3-parter, which is interesting. That'll be fun.
And there's Billy just breaking out of his nerd stereotype, just jumping 10 feet in the air.
So yeah, there's Shell Shock. I know we talk about a lot of other things besides the episode, but that one's kind of fun. And there's some nice camaraderie in the basketball game with that one. They feel maybe a little bit less generic than they usually do. I like Zach's kind of pseudo rap as he's about to shoot. Although he needs new material, he needs to come up with a new set of rhymes before he shoots. He does the exact same thing twice.
Well, he's a dancer. He's not a hip hop artist. So
yeah, but he has a thing called the hip hop keto. Like he thinks he's a hip hop. He thinks he's more than just a dancer. The way he says that at the bookending of that episode, he acts like he knows how to do hip hop lyrics. He sure does.
But yeah, it's cool that they're kind of. I know that's like a big criticism of the show is they always become friends like immediately after they become Rangers. But that was kind of a cool episode, building their friendship a little bit.
Well, they were friends already, though.
That's true. The 5 of them were, but at least for Tommy, since he's new.
That's true. Yeah, and there's not any friction or anything. But that was always one of my complaints with the show. Is the very beginning is like, let's go for 5 teenagers with attitude. Oh, look, coincidentally, there is a clique of 5 friends, and they don't talk to hardly anyone else. And they clearly have their hearts in the right place and should be Power Rangers. People were asking me what I would do with Power Rangers if I were to reboot it in my own style. And one of the first things, and like I said, I've got a list of things. I had ideas years ago. I was going to do a comic book or something, and obviously some kind of fanficky thing, and just couldn't bring myself to take the time to do a thing I couldn't really, promote and publish and use. But anyway, one of the things I thought, DJ, is they should be from different places. It should be like Captain Planet, where you pull them all from different parts of the world and you put them together and they have to learn to get along.
Yeah, and they have to learn, yeah. I mean, I agree. That would be great.
Where it's not just a diverse cast because you want a diverse cast, but they all live in the same place. But you pull them from different places. Maybe even do like a language barrier thing with one of them. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool things you could do.
Yeah.
Jeffrey says 50% more Morphin raps. It's going to be a while before we get to Rappin' Pumpkin, but we will get to more raps. That's not till what, season 2? Or is that... Yeah, that's not the season. Or is it? I forget.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one. I do remember that one.
I forget. I'll have to look that up. Maybe that is the season. I should know that because I did the rewind on it, but I can't remember now.
I think it is. I think it's first season. I don't remember. I don't have a visual of a White Ranger with a pumpkin on his head. But...
That's true. I think there was a Green Ranger. I'll look it up. Or maybe that's when Green Ranger's not around anymore. Anyway, we're going to get into episode 23 now for this show. It's Itsy Bitsy Spider, and get it set up and ready to press play if you're watching after the fact. Thanks again, live viewers, for hanging out with us and chatting with us while we watch a little bit of Power Rangers, and we're going to get rolling right now. But don't press play yet, because I didn't say that part. Everybody get ready to press play. Here we go. Everybody, please press play right now. Thomas Edshell did the 2017 movie do the friend thing better or worse? Definitely better. I mean, they're not all friends already. And they do the standard, we didn't choose them, the crystals chose you thing, which always seems kind of cop-outy to me. But at least it's not as convenient as, well, here's this clique of 5 friends.
But they're all in the same school, which is not as cool.
And some of them do have attitude. And they're not perfect. Their character flaws and interests might feel a little bit like rolls of a D20, but
do they explain any significance to why it's always in Angel Grove in that movie? Like why the ship is there and why
because that's where the Zeo crystal is.
But like were they always there? Like, or why were they there?
It was a crashed ship, but that was because Rita was going after the Zeo crystal.
Okay.
And they
So
treat
it's like a
it
Green
like
Lantern thing.
they treat it like the point of the Power Rangers is to protect the source of life, which is the Zeo crystal,
Yeah.
which just happens to be buried under a Krispy Kreme. Which people think is stupid, and I think is one of the greatest things about that movie. I think it's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know why people complain about it. I thought it was funny.
But I think that's a symptom of a big problem with that movie, which is it can't decide how serious it wants to be. And so some people are okay with that absurdity and other people aren't, which makes a lot of sense that people wouldn't be able to come down on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, Zach. I also don't love spiders.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay in this episode?
I'll be all right. I'll look away if I have to.
Okay.
But yeah, so Zach has his issue with spiders, and Trini has her issue with heights. And
Ooh,
Tommy has bad luck one time. Sorry, what?
Cockroaches are worse for me.
Yeah. I don't like cockroaches. I don't like bugs in general.
Well, here in Georgia, we have those tree roaches that are like this big.
Wow.
I don't know if they have those in Arkansas, but they're terrifying.
I don't remember those.
They're you know, like the hissing cockroaches from Africa that you always see in movies. They're like that big. And they can fly. It's horrifying.
Mr. Roboto also said so they're Green Lanterns. When you said Green Lanterns, yeah.
Because it just gets the closest ones in the vicinity. It doesn't get like the absolute best. It just gets them.
Jalen says, why weren't Bulk and Skull in the anniversary season? That's a good question. And they don't come back real often for big anniversary tribute episodes either. Sometimes Bulk does, I think. I think there's one where we see them for a minute. Like, was it Forever Red that they were in for like one scene? I forget.
Yeah, they're at the beach, just
that's
like
right.
sitting.
That's what I was thinking of.
They're the ones that get Tommy.
Yeah, that's right. I have so many questions about that episode. We'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah, what are they doing
in a few months? How do they still have their powers? Why is Red important?
Yeah, and is he a scientist at that point? Biologist at that point, like 4 years earlier?
That's a good question. David says, I hate little bugs. I'm fine with things like snakes and things like that, but little bugs creep me out. Yeah, I think I may be a little bit more bothered by, like, I don't know, a lot of little bugs together, or just a big spider.
Have you ever seen The Mummy?
Have I ever seen a mummy? Just a mummy?
No, The Mummy.
Oh, sorry. The new one, the horrible one?
No, I mean, it's not great either, but the Brendan Fraser one.
Yeah, I saw those when I was younger. Yeah.
Okay, because that has a scene with like 1,000 bugs to eat a guy.
I want to apologize for the amount of time it took me to get there with DJ there.
Have you seen a mummy?
Have you seen a mummy? Do you find those worse than little bugs?
I probably would if it was walking.
So when Skull bumbles around like that, it sounds like a saw being like folded, like a singing saw. That's what it sounds like.
See, this is what the Turtles got wrong, is they don't do the silly, goofy sound effects like that in the Ranger scenes. They just do it in the high school scenes.
Yeah, but that show couldn't as easily be like a sitcom with action scenes. So it's just a sitcom the whole time?
Yeah, they just merged it.
Power Rangers gets relatively more serious when you get into the action scenes. I mean, it's still goofy, and I just mean relatively. Like, yeah, we're not telling jokes when we get into those scenes most of the time, even if it's absurd.
Yeah.
Okay, so we see that like really elegant statue of a beautiful woman, and then we go to slimy spider monster. Like, I wanted to see what that was going to look like. You know, that would have been the one monster that could have destroyed the Rangers.
Spider. Oh, I thought it was Spider Corn.
Spider Corn. Mr. Roboto, $2 super chat. Best guess: Skull got rich when Bulk was in space. Yeah, that's probably what happened.
That would be great, because the only reason he doesn't go to space is because he oversleeps.
That's right.
It's like the best decision of his life because he gets rich. So when is he rich? Like when he in Samurai or something?
I think that's what they're referring to because I've never seen that.
Okay, yeah, me neither.
Back Studios. What if there was a horror themed season? We're still doing this. Not too harsh, obviously, but like a Goosebumps level season. Mummy Ranger, Frankenstein Ranger, Vamp Ranger. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
That would be interesting.
I think you could do a really cool Dracula suit. And then you have an invisible ranger that you never see. The sixth ranger in that show was the Invisible Man Ranger.
And you never know if there actually is a ranger or not.
You just see monsters get kicked in the face. They're just like, oh!
The creature from
I love this idea so much. I'm gonna make Inviso Rangers. I'm gonna make that show. I don't have to design the costumes.
Exactly.
Yeah, me, I just have to build monster suits. It's like it's Morphin time, and then you just disappear.
That's the best way to do it on a budget. That's gonna be Morphin year.
Okay, but you know what the question is, right, DJ? When you go invisible, is there an effect, or do you just blink off the screen?
No effect.
No effect. And occasionally the camera just slightly moves. Okay, the guy with the butterfly net is hilarious. Who had the butterfly net? Was that Billy?
Oh, that's Billy.
Billy's got a butterfly net. Billy, I'm sorry, buddy, but why are you a Power Ranger?
Oh, that was a good kick.
I mean, was it that? Like, it was cool, but did we need to see it 3 times?
3 times and slower speeds each time.
This is why I make fun of Jurassic House so profusely. The sequel to Jurassic World, which I will not call by its real name, it's Jurassic House. They do that thing with the Indoraptor falling through the roof. You see it 3 times from different angles. It's ridiculous.
I'm surprised they don't like reverse the footage.
Me too. That's
again.
Power Ranger level stuff, guys. Mr. Roboto says because science. Cinematographic, was it a people's dropkick? What's a people's dropkick?
I don't know. Might be a wrestling thing.
Okay. Whoosh.
There's that shot from the intro.
That is from the intro.
So they must have shot this like a lot of stuff before they made the first episode.
I was talking about Hip Hop Keto earlier. That's where we coined it, I guess. I like his kind of namaste thing at the end of it, where he's like, I like that. Oh, actually, it's because cheese, says Back Studios. Yeah. That's probably true. Mr. Roboto says it is wrestling. Good job, DJ. Way to go. How about a wrestling Power Ranger season? just a season where the Rangers and the monsters
Luchadors.
Luchador Rangers. No, but I want like American Wrestling Rangers where they do like 20 minutes of smack talk before the Megazord fight. They're just standing around in a park like, nah, I'm gonna get you. You can't do nothing. Your mama has a Megazord.
Lothor's kind of like a luchador ninja guy.
Yeah.
Ninja Storm. I really like Ninja Storm. I never liked him as a villain. Just his look I didn't like.
Yeah, you're wearing that dumb Power Rangers mask, but you're scary without it on.
Well, those... Okay.
That's why they need a Power Ranger. Or that's why they need a butterfly net. Okay, so this is Sentai footage mixed with real footage, right?
Yeah, these have to be...
That's sure what it looked like to me.
Where'd he go? Did he just go get some water or something?
Yeah, why did he leave? Okay, you guys just keep doing this, and I'm going to walk over here and talk to Zordon.
Back Studio says, holy crap, they're dead. And it's the darkest episode ever.
Yeah, Power Rangers did it before Star Wars. Jalen says Lothar was pretty goofy, but I thought he was fun.
Yeah, I just didn't like his look. That was all I was saying.
Baron OKC says he might be the worst villain. If that's who we're talking about. If that's who he's talking about, that was a little higher up. Jeffrey, maybe he left the stove on. Well, he got to his house really fast. I guess he can teleport, but that would be using your powers for personal gain. And that's against the rules. You can't do that.
But he could burn down the whole street, so. I guess that's
true.
a
Yeah.
gray area.
Oh, that's what the statue was for. I forgot about that statue. Okay, I thought that was supposed to be a monster at first. I was like, why don't you just use the
Yeah, we haven't even seen
elegant
the monster yet. Where's the spider monster?
I guess we got to do all this distraction stuff before we send our big monster.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, he was in the statue. That's right. Okay. Why did we do that? Why didn't we just send him down?
That's a creepy spider, too. The ones with the big bulbous backs.
If you know Zach hates spiders and you're going to do a spider plan, why don't you send, like, a bunch of spiders?
Whoa, that was a crazy effect.
That was a silly transition. We don't do a lot of like silly transitions like that.
Yeah, that was weird.
That looked like the kind of thing the awful remaster would do.
Oh yeah, the 2014. Ugh.
I'm gonna make you watch one of those. We're gonna do it.
No, don't do it.
We're gonna do it. Just so that I can hear you like gag
constantly. Groan at the design. It's an extra level for me because it just looks terrible.
Like, is he Jubilee? Is he shooting fireworks?
There's Goldar's old voice.
Yeah, he got it back when he came back from the pocket dimension. No, that's not true, because he still sounded like that. Make my spider grow! That would have been a fun thing to count, but I don't know if anybody would care. Number of times she doesn't say monster, but actually says the name of the monster.
Oh, yeah. We've missed a bunch, though.
No, we can't do it now. Thomas Edgehill, it looks more like a tick than a spider. I agree with that.
Yeah. With hair.
Max Studio says, no, it looks more like a random blob. Mr. Roboto, why can't they use their powers for raising money? Because it's against the rules. Because they're supposed to be selfless. That's the lesson of the show. That's how we pretend like it's educational and it's not just about hitting stuff.
It's too bad the spider's naked, or we could put an end to that meme that's going around. Have you seen that spider meme? How does the spider wear its pants? Like, does he wear 3 pairs of pants, one for each set of legs, or does he wear them over his bottom? I understand
it. Thomas Satchel, did you just call me Blob? Rasco and I still say that to each other.
It's weird how many how that movie of all things is so quotable.
Yeah, that remained pretty permeating. The cinematographic, I'm guessing Zach hates Spider-Man. Which is kind of funny because this all happens because of a Spider-Man show in Japan. That's basically the first big Sentai thing. Is the Spider-Man with a big mech robot. People have asked me to review some of that.
Yeah, I've looked at that. It's weird.
It's really weird.
More entertaining than our Spider-Man show, though, from the 70s.
Yeah, that's fair. There are some amusing things about that pilot, though.
So I listened to Stanley's memoir this morning at work.
Oh, all of it?
Yeah, it's really short.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a graphic novel.
Oh, okay.
I listened to I don't know why there's an audio version.
There's an audio version of that?
So it doesn't make any sense. It was really short because it's just like word bubbles.
Okay.
And he mentions that show. And
does he?
He says like what the problem with that show was, and the problem with the Thor and Daredevil versions of In the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Just because they strayed from his source material, not any other reason.
Is that why it's bad? Okay.
Yeah. Because Daredevil didn't have horns, and because Thor wasn't a god, he was a Viking.
You know, if those, I don't know. I think if they had the successes that they had with MCU, he probably wouldn't have cared as much.
Yeah.
I mean, Incredible Hulk was really popular, but
yeah, he was mostly talking about the movies.
Well, and I mean, Spider-Man was a TV show, but yeah. it was more short-lived. And then Doctor Strange got a pilot, but didn't keep going. Spider-Man got at least a season, I think.
Why is he just training out in the jungle?
I don't know. He's got all kinds of places he can train.
But then he can't stick his sword in the ground if he trains in the juice bar.
Well, that's true. Or the command center. But yeah, nobody has more places they can train in relative private, than the Power Rangers do. I mean, yeah, you're not really in private if you're at the juice bar, but like, so many people are just constantly exercising there.
Oh, that water looks so good. It's like a wave pool.
It looks like real water because I think it's real water.
No, it's CG.
William Parcell, do you remember being a kid and thinking Green with Evil was dark? Yeah, sure. But compared to what came before it, it was really, really serious compared to that. Rah! That's what giant spiders sound like. I don't know if you do that.
They just continuously go. Rah, rah, rah.
That spider web's pretty cool. Ah, that's gross.
He's got some cool powers.
Guys, no, this is 2 solid monsters in a row.
Oh, that's so cool.
It is. It's great. This is the first time we really get to see the Dragon Zord do a lot of cool stuff on our side.
Yeah, he was just posing last time.
Yeah. And I think this is right that Jason will use the Tyrannosaurus Zord by itself a little more often when he's fighting with the Dragon Zord, but I don't know if I'm right about that.
Yeah, it's cool that they have 2 similar looking Zords. Yeah, well, because he can't connect when he's connecting with them.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Because the Dragon Zord takes his place.
Jalen, have you guys watched a Power Rangers fan film? Sure, I've watched a couple of Power Ranger fan films.
I've only watched the Slash one. And I guess the Street Fighter one, if you count that.
There's a more homemade thing that's not Power Rangers, but really influenced by it. That I forget the name of it that we reviewed, Eric and I a few years ago. It's pretty good.
With the Green Ranger.
Not real high production values, but they did a really good job on it, and it's got a decent script. It's fun, and David Fielding's in it at the end, kind of setting up for a sequel, like he'd be in it. He's their, I mean, spoiler alert, but he's their mentor. That's like gone, like that's missing, and then he comes back at the end. It's pretty cool. And that guy was the guy that made that. I'll try to. I forget the name of it. It's on the top of my head. I'll try to find it and mention it again. But that guy was really nice. I talked to him a couple times, and he sent Jason, because Jason really liked his fan film. He sent Jason a signed poster.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I noticed that, Back Studios. He says, "Oh my gosh, there's something on the lens in that shot." Yeah, did you see that? It was just black in one corner.
I didn't see it.
It's weird.
Oh, I didn't realize that Trini was doing more like
she's being an activist.
Activist stuff, yeah.
Activist, that's her thing. She's an activism.
Just anything, just general. Nature, animals.
It would have been really cool down the road. And of course, sadly, the actress passed away a few years after this in a car crash. Yeah. What was it, early 2000s? Late, I forget now the year that happened.
It was early.
What's that?
It was pretty early. It was before like
was it like 98, 99? Was it that early?
I don't know if it was that early, but I know it was before like Morphicon and all, and they've been before they got really big.
Yeah. But wouldn't it have been really cool if that? I mean, obviously, I wish that hadn't happened. It would have been really cool if she were still around and later on we found out that like she was a politician or something. You know, like make Trini the president or something. That would have been really cool.
Yeah, she came back. Yeah.
Super Task Force 1. Thank you, Jalen. Wow. Oh, Ciro remembered it. I can't believe somebody remembered that. That's awesome. Thanks, man. A few people remembered it. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have
okay, well, there we go. We knocked down a couple more. Those went really fast. Those were decent.
Yeah, those are two good ones.
As far as one-off episodes, it's like they're kind of finding their formula. They're kind of finding their footing with those.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is going to be it for today's If you're watching this after the fact, it's today's. We're batching these, but for today's Morphin Mania, thanks for watching. Next time we're going to tackle the spit flower. Doesn't that sound exciting? The spit flower and Life's a Masquerade. So look forward to those. And in the meantime, DJ, do you want to keep going, or should we call it a night?
We can maybe do one. It's only 12:45. We'll be done at like 1:30. Yeah, we can maybe do another one.
I'm good for it if you are. It's up to you. It's only a quarter to midnight here, so
that's true. I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay, thanks, buddy. Cool. Sounds good. So if you are watching live, we're gonna do one more tonight. See, I get like in a groove and I just want to keep going. Like I'm rolling now, you know. So if you're watching live, stick around with us if you feel like staying up later and watching some more first season Power Rangers, episodes 24 and 25 next up. Is that right? Yeah, for a second I got confused. No, it's uneven, but that's because we did 3 in one episode. So that would cause that. Yes, indeed. All right. So anyway, we're gonna keep moving on. If you are watching live, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. So just look for the link. And everybody else, thanks so much for watching. I was Captain Logan.
And I was DJ. See you guys later.
See you later, folks.